Not everything they promised was real.
Right, we're going to get right into this. We are up here in PA at the Reuters. Now, one of these truck stops right here is like a diamond in the rough type of truck stop. Like, it's not that many of them, but a lot of them do have a good amount of truck parking over here. So I like it. But let's get into this right quick, right? So drivers, you know that most Russian-owned trucking companies out of the great state of Illinois, in particularly Chicagoland, you know that they are lying to their drivers, but yet you still go to the orientation. Let's talk about it.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
So drivers, it's crazy how many of these Russian companies, they be selling you a dream, a clean professional image that falls apart as soon as you get into that truck. You see, drivers, they tell you, you'll make great money over here. We are ELD friendly over here. We take care of our drivers over here. And my all-time favorite is,
we treat you like family.
But once you get in that door, once you get inside that truck, it's a whole different story. See, these companies, they promise high miles, steady loads, which look good at first, right? But see, what they don't tell you about is the unpaid wait time, the no pay fuel when you're not on the load, or how your settlements start looking real funny real quick. Drivers, my favorite line out of all of this is still,
we treat you like family.
We're going to bring you in and we're going to do you what we do for our family, which is not always the case. Now, drivers, let's talk about the equipment, right? They'll hand you a truck that is barely moving, barely past inspection, that breaks down as soon as you get it. Then the company will turn around and charge you, yes, you driver, to get it repaired. See, the truck is their problem, right? Because it's their truck, right? But somehow, some way, it becomes your bill, your problem, your issue. See, drivers, half the time, these companies are pushing drivers to run illegal, allegedly, okay? See, they'll be able to adjust your ELD, allegedly, and the way they'll be doing that is by adding or resetting your clock, allegedly, just by telling you to just go, just run, like it's no big deal at all. No big deal at all until something happens. And drivers, something always happens. And when it do, driver,
That shit is on you!
see, driver, it's you out here that's risking your CDL, risking your safety, risking your freedom, and for what? For a black ops company that will ghost you like they never knew you? Now, drivers, don't even get me started on how they're going to handle your settlements, especially after you decide to leave, right? You and the company is not getting along with each other. So it's time for you to say bye-bye and look for greater pastures. But after you decide to leave, things like holding your escrow longer than 45 days, like keeping your last settlement as punishment, or like taking out deductions that don't make no kind of sense. Now, when you ask questions about it, suddenly nobody speaks no English. Or when you be calling to ask them about it, no one is there to take your calls anymore. See, driver, these fly-by-night outfits aren't built to support drivers. They're really not. See, they're built to cycle through them. And you can really tell with the constant high turnover rate. See, they only care about keeping the trucks moving. They really don't care about the driver as much. You see, drivers, these Russian carriers, they find ways to cut corners to save money, like cheap repairs, poor maintenance on the trucks, dispatchers who don't even care if you're exhausted or sick or stuck for that matter. And some of them, okay, not all of them, but some of them will even shuffle drivers between different company names. Like it's all one big shell game. Same people, different logo. So now you got drivers working for companies that don't even respect the basics like pay, safety, and honesty. And this is what we're looking for. We're looking for companies that respect us and value us as the drivers that we are. At some point, driver, you gotta stop ignoring the red flags and falling for the recruiter bullshit. You gotta start asking the real questions out here. Like, how do they handle breakdowns? Or how do they handle pay discrepancies? What happens when you decide to up and quit? Those things right there, drivers, those questions right there matters. Those are the questions that you're gonna need to start asking. Because it's not about the CPM or how fast that the truck goes these days. It's about now how this company is gonna treat you while you're there and treat you when it's time to go. So drivers, don't fall for the image. Don't fall for these recruiter promises, because you can't afford to learn the hard way, drivers, with the wrong company. When you out there on the road right here, you out here on your own.